just injected with a weird fusion agent. The man was surprised to find the skin on his wounds healing at an alarming rate. Watching the scars disappear, the man thought his experiment had finally succeeded. But just when the man is happy and wants to look up to the sky and laugh, he was horrified to find out his mouth is missing. This is 2025 New Zealand's latest thriller, Transplant. The movie $430 million box office in the month it was released. Nominated 9 times at the New Zealand Film Festival. What are you doing? Don't hurry up and at your ones. A big injustice who likes plastic surgery. Show them how dangerous cosmetic surgery is. Old rules, resources, and commentary are updated synchronously. The man who is not as handsome as you at the beginning of the movie, his name is Tamid Pasan, is a medical expert from Thailand. Because of a black birthmark on his face, Pasan grew up with low self-esteem. To remove this birthmark, he studies hard. Finally became a top medical professor. After years of research, Pasan developed medicines that can repair the skin. All you need is a drop of this potion. Damaged wounds can be repaired quickly. Repaired skin is not only as smooth as new. No scars yet. Can't wait, Pasan. I want to get rid of the birthmark on my face. He did it without any clinical trials. He injected himself. At first, everything was normal. The birthmark also disappeared smoothly. But in Pasan, when you are so excited that you think you have succeeded, a strange scene happened. The potion didn't stop repairing. Instead, it starts to grow along the skin. Pasan's mouth and nose are fused together. Panicked, Pasan slashed the skin with a knife, but the repair factor of the drug is too strong. Repair it in an instant. In the end, the unlucky Pasan was actually suffocated to death. Looking at the father year on the ground, the young daughter Xiaomei is stupid. He picked up the handwriting on the ground. I vowed to fulfill my father's last wish. Original. The Pasans were born with genetic birthmarks. Pasan's birthmark on his face, and little beauty is on the cheek. It doesn't matter that Pasan works so hard. In addition to healing oneself, he also wants to give his daughter a perfect childhood. Time flies. 5 Kun years have passed. After unremitting efforts to learn, Xiaomei successfully admitted to a medical university in Singapore. He received the scholarship. Can't wait to come to Singapore. To facilitate learning, Xiaomei stayed at her aunt's house. However, seeing Xiaomei arrive, cousin Angela was a little disgusted, especially when you see the birthmark on Xiaomei's cheek. Cousins dislike. Let the already inferior Xiaomei feel even more inferior. Looking at the homeless in the street, Xiaomei couldn't help but think of herself. She swore to herself that she would study hard. Finish your father's research. The next morning, Xiaomei couldn't wait to come to the school to report. Because of excellent grades, the arrival of Xiaomei aroused the medical doctor Jason's attention. Jason makes an exception. Let Xiaomei join her lab. Seeing the tutor recognize their academic qualifications, Xiaomei is very happy. He took out his father's research notes. I want to conduct experiments during college. Learn that want to study repairable gene and molecular technology of Jason was surprised. He agreed to help Xiaomei experiment, but only if we experiment. It needs to be carried out under its own supervision. Xiaomei thought Jason was worried about the experiment going wrong. Didn't think much about it, but he doesn't know. The instant I saw the research notes, Jason set his sights on his research. In the next time, Xiaomei studies while experimenting. After half a year of hard work, he finally synthesized a repair agent. However, when he couldn't wait to find pork to try, but then I found that the potion didn't work. The failure of the experiment made Xiaomei a little disappointed. Where is Xiaomei torn? When exposed, a girl suddenly entered the laboratory. The girl's name is It's a freshman this year. Xiaoya's grades are even better than Loving Jason, he also dragged the other party into his laboratory. Just arrived at the lab for a few days, Xiaoya found the problem. It turns out that when Xiaomei experimented before, it uses animal repair cells. Although animal cells also have a repair function, but the effect is slow. It takes a lot of time. And he proposed that we try plant cells. Plants heal themselves quickly when injured. So this compensates for the shortcomings of animal cells. Here, Xiaoya's suggestion. Xiaomei also thinks it makes sense. By flipping through the data, Xiaomei discovered a plant called Shixiang Magic Jade. Cells can quickly repair damaged tissue. Coincidentally, there is a Shixiang Magic Jade in the botanical garden. Take advantage of the night. Xiaomei sneaked into the botanical garden. The poem Fragrant Magic Jade in the botanical garden, the cells are the most active right now. Xiaomei can't wait to collect some flower gold tissue. Back to the lab. Xiaomei crushes the flower essence, configured with other drugs. Complete configuration. Xiaomei can't wait to get a knife in the thigh. See that the wound on the thigh has really been repaired. Xiaomei shouted excitedly. However, Xiaomei did not notice. Jason and Senior Eva, reviewing his homework in the office next door. It doesn't look good to review this paragraph. Sister Hua pinched it for you. Seeing that Xiaomei's experiment was a success, Jason is also very excited. He left Eva and went to the lab. Xiaomei excitedly shows Jason the healing wound. But the posture of the two is a little wrong. This made Eva think that Xiaomei and Jason were having an affair. He uses a cell phone, took a photo. Jason asked Xiaomei to go back first. He will apply to the school tomorrow. The next step in the experiment, as long as this experiment can pass the clinical, then it can be used on the human body. But because I'm too excited, Xiaomei forgot the notes on the table. Jason, who found the notes, took out his phone, photographed all the research materials. and Xiao Mei doesn't know that the notes are left in the laboratory. He thought the mentor's application would be approved soon. But who knew that Jason's call didn't wait? Eva came to the door first. It turns out that Eva also wants to join the lab, but because of the mediocre qualifications, he is not qualified at all. To get Jason's recommendation, Eva sold her body. Eva thought Xiao Mei was selling her body. Just entered Jason's lab. He took out the photo and threatened Xiao Mei. Want the other party to voluntarily withdraw from the laboratory? Eva mocked Mei with her birthmark, said he was the ugly duckling. Eva's taunt made Xiao Mei very sad. But in order to continue the research, he can only endure in silence. However, when Xiao Mei came home, but I saw that my father's altar was demolished by my cousin. It turns out that Eva forced Xiao Mei to quit the laboratory. I actually sent that photo to my classmates. My cousin was jealous that Xiao Mei studied better than herself. After learning that Xiao Mei sold her body, just entered the laboratory, my cousin immediately turned on the runaway mode. Insult of cousin, let the already depressed Xiao Mei be even more depressed. The two men fought in the room. In a panic, Xiao Mei touched the bamboo stick on the ground. Wait for Xiao Mei to come to her senses. Cousin is already cool. Looking at my cousin on the ground, Xiao Mei thought of her own experiment. He hasn't tried it with human skin. Think of this. Xiao Mei picked up the scalpel and cut her face. Then he cut off his cousin's face. The drug is injected into the skin. After suffering the fusion of Xiao Mei's surprising discovery, my cousin's skin is actually the same fusion. Looking at the face without the birthmark, Xiao Mei is stupid. Just then, the aunt who went out also returned home. Xiao Mei hastily hit her cousin. He found his cousin's clothes, pretending to be each other. My aunt didn't notice anything unusual either. He told Xiao, I have something to do and have to go to Europe for half a month. Let my daughter take care of Xiao Mei more. I heard my aunt talk about herself. Xiao Mei feels guilty. But look at yourself in the mirror. Xiao Mei couldn't hide her excitement. In order to prevent students from noticing any abnormalities, Xiao Mei began to learn her cousin's every move. And there's something even more outrageous. Xiao Mei also occupied her cousin's boyfriend. However, in getting ready to be in the woods with my cousin's boyfriend reviewing homework, boyfriend suddenly found out. A wound appeared on Xiao Mei's forehead. The terrifying scene scared the man. He backed away in panic. Unexpectedly, he accidentally fell off a cliff, fell to death on the spot. A panicked Xiao Mei returns home with her cousin's face. He re-injected the drug into the skin. The skin will regain its fusion. It turns out that Xiao Mei's experiment has not really succeeded. Although the skin can be fused together, but there is a time limit. Injections are required every few days, otherwise the dead skin will fall off. Xiao Mei wants to see if there is any record in the notes. But after searching for a long time, he found that the notes Xiao Mei remembered her mentor Jason, asked the other party if they have seen the notes. But who knew Jason, who received the call? Not only did he admit to taking the notes, he took them. He also wants to monopolize Xiao Mei's research results. Look at the arrogant mentor. Xiao Mei just realized that she had been deceived. Just in when torn, how to get the notes back. He found Eva's car parked downstairs. Looking at beautiful Eva, Xiao Mei thought of a way. He approached Eva, disguised as a cousin. Said he left his things at home. I want Eva to take me home. Eva didn't think much of it. I drove Xiao Mei home. Xiao Mei locked the door as soon as she entered the house. And at this time, my cousin's skin has also reached its limit. Xiao Mei picked up the stick and smashed it at Eva. But who knew that Eva, who reacted, ran out. He hid in the pool to avoid Xiao. But Xiao Mei, who came after, found the fluctuation of the pool. He grabbed the drill, directly gave a baby a heartbreaking cool. After killing Eva, Xiao Mei changed into each other's face. He pretended to be Eva and found Jason, and Jason doesn't know yet. Eva in front of you is a fake. He synthesized the potion according to Xiao Mei's recipe. Successfully fused animal skin. Excited, Jason took a packet of flour from the cupboard. I want to celebrate with Eva. However, Jason didn't notice. Just as he was going upstairs to get his tools, Xiao Mei quietly opened the cabinet. But Xiao Mei didn't find the notes in the cabinet. Just found the potion for Jason's star fusion. And at this point, Eva's face couldn't stand it. Xiao Mei can only leave with the potion first. Jason A returns home. Xiao Mei wants to inject medicine into Eva's face. But who knew that the professor's medicine was useless? Eva's skin can no longer blend with Xiao Mei's face. Looking at the birthmark on the face, Xiao Mei is not well. But who knows when you look back? He saw Jason actually come to the house. It turned out that Jason had already realized that something was wrong. He quietly followed Xiao Mei behind. I want to see the after effects of drug fusion. Found that skin fusion only works for a period of time. Jason wants to negotiate with He wants Xiao Mei to be his experiment. As a condition, he can find a way to treat Xiao. But only if the research results must be their own. To restore his appearance, Xiao Mei can only agree to Jason's conditions. However, just when Jason was complacent, Xiao Mei quietly took out the syringe. Kick 2.5 legs. Unlucky Jason lay on the ground and didn't move. However, Xiao Mei did not plan to let Jason go. He dispensed a new potion at home, using Jason for an experiment. However, the improved formula still failed. Unlucky Jason, after the injection, it becomes a massive sarcoma. But just when Xiao Mei was about to conduct the experiment, the neighbor next door heard the movement. The neighbor took a closer look, discovered a terrifying scene. He immediately called the police. I saw the police coming. Xiao Mei can only escape from home. He runs to the subway, and he sees this homeless guy. Xiao Mei hides in each other's arms, trying to evade the police. But who knew when he was dodging? Xiao Mei accidentally broke the potion in her arms. The drug came into contact with the skin of both men. Xiao Mei actually started to integrate with the homeless. The above is the latest 2025, the full content of the thriller blockbuster Transplant. Overall, the quality of the movie is not bad. It's just that the picture is too high. Well, that's it for today's sharing. See you next time.